So here's a little recap of the demonstration we did yesterday, or today rather, we did it today. I guess it seems like yesterday. What we did is we used a hot dog as a resistor. I've inserted two forks in there, scratching off. That's carbon scoring. We're actually electroplating our forks with, well, what's available, which in this case is bits of carbon because a hot dog is organic. Meaning it's carbon-based. So, I'm gonna hook this hot dog up to electrical wires. You can see these wires. I hook them on, and pretty soon, what do you see? You see that they're hooked up to the wire. They're hooked up to a wire, and now I'm gonna plug this plug into the outlet and see what happens. Now, it should be heating up. Now, I'm gonna do something a little bit different with the second one. In this second one, I've got two hot dogs, all nice and clean. But in this case, instead of sticking one in each end, I'm actually gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna stick the hot dog in the middle. So now, the electricity is gonna travel a much shorter distance. And somehow I'm gonna figure out a way to connect that again. Which, well, I can, attach that, so that's attached. I'm gonna have to actually extend this by using another fork and a magnet and a fork and a magnet. So, and now I just realized something. Nothing is happening because this became disconnected. So I'm gonna unplug and try to reconnect this before I plug back in again. So, I have two hot dogs hooked up here. One is hooked up clear across the entire length of the hot dog at 120 volts. The other one's only attached halfway. So half of the hot dog is attached, and the other half is just kind of sticking out there. Now, something you may notice is that one of them seems to be heating up faster than the other. If I check this, you can see that it does light up. And the same thing over here. They both have the same 120 watt volts. But you'll notice that this one is heating up a lot more. I can demonstrate this by sticking a thermometer in there. And you can see the temperature is skyrocketing and starting to smoke. This one is getting warmer, but not as fast. Now, why is that? Well, when it gets right down to it, the voltage is the same, but the resistance here is smaller. Resistance is a product of resistivity, the length, divided by the thickness. They're both the same thickness, they're both made of the same kosher meats, but the shorter one has less resistance. And as a result, V equals IR. So if R is smaller and V stays the same, I must get bigger. Right? So, smaller resistance, you get a bigger current, and you get more power. There is more power going through this little tiny half of the hot dog than there is through the big hot dog. So, you got less to cook, and you got more power you're doing with it. Here, more to cook, and less power. Now, it's getting cooked, right? But you can see it's getting a lot faster. Now, by the way, this side is still very, very cold because this is part of a circuit. If you're in the circuit, you get shocked. But just like a bird that sits on a power line, if you're not actually part of the circuit, you're not getting shocked. And that's also, by the way, why I'm not getting shocked. If I were to touch, if I touch one of these, I'm okay. But if I touch two of them, then I become part of the circuit, and then I do get shocked. But you can see, cooking nicely, cooking nicely, cooking nicely, cooking not at all, because it's not part of the circuit. This is cooking a bit faster. Well, this is catching up now, isn't it? Well, I probably ought to just, shut this down. So a good way if you want to stop a circuit like this from going is you simply cut the circuit. Watch as I go through here, and I have now cut the circuit. Notice this hot dog, the steam is going away. This one's still cooking away. Now, if I wanted to actually cook the other side, let's see what I could do. Something like this. I could take a little knife and I could stick this in here, and I could let's see, I've got a magnet still here. So 1, And now I'm gonna get the other half of that hot dog. You'll see there's nothing weird about that end of the hot dog. It just simply was not connected, but now it is connected, and we're gonna see the other half of that hot dog starts cooking. This hot dog is looking pretty well done. If I wanna stop it, again, all you gotta do, take something sterilized. By the way, I'm using rubbing alcohol to sterilize my implements because, you know, this is greasy and you don't want. So there we go. I've stopped that one cooking. Oh, this one's smoking a bit here. Yeah, that looks kind of bad. Don't eat that part. It doesn't taste good. I give that to my chickens. In fact, I think I may stop this because we do have fire alarms in this building. But I wanted you to see this. These parts cooked faster because they had less resistance. They resulted in a bigger current. We're having the same thing going on here now. The electricity is going, bypassing, and cooking the other end. This is getting a little charred. That's unfortunate. And this one's already done. But you know what? I'm actually pretty full, so I don't feel like I need to finish cooking this hot dog. Well, see you Monday. Don't forget the test. Now, by the way, notice as soon as I remove the power source, it stops cooking, doesn't it? Because there's no power. Is there? Bye. You know what I realized? I never used that voltmeter. Silly me.